You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Later with Mo Kelly. Are we here to party? Are we here to turn this motherfucker out? Yes. From the windows to the wall. We're going to do it all night long. Happy Halloween on Later with Mo Kelly. Aren't you glad to be in the space tonight? Yes, we have all of your favorite people associated with Later with Mo Kelly. Let's do the introductions very quickly. Producer and co-host, Tawala Sharp. All right, and it took me a minute to get it. Now, if you can see Tawala Sharp right now, he has this gold accoutrement around his neck, and he has this information all around him. Can anyone guess his costume?
No one that I already told, though. Can anyone guess it?
P. Diddy.
No.
P. Diddy, that's not wrong.
Okay, good. Okay. Not wrong. No, Run DMC is what you would automatically think, but you have to think, what am I? Not who am I. You see the newsprint. You see this fake jewelry.
There it is.
Yeah. All right.
And we have our favorite news person in the whole damn world, none other than the Mark Runner.
Yeah.
We're going to have a full cavalcade of all of our commentators and contributors here with Later with Mo Kelly. Tonight we'll be joined by Jackie Ray, Beyond the Box Score with Jackie Ray. We're going to get some of the viral low with Tiffany Hobbs, who'll be in the house later on tonight. And even that nice exercise lady, Claudine Cooper, will be in the house joining us. And my sister from another mister, you can tell by we just think the same way when it comes to technology, the Marsha Collier. Marsha, let everyone see you. See how we dressed up similarly? We're both from Starfleet Academy. Let me see all my Starfleet Academy folks. Go ahead and stand up. That's right. That's right. See? We are one and the same. I got to tell you, I'm overjoyed to see each and every one of you. This is something that we've been working on, at least an idea, for quite some time. And now to see it to come to fruition is something which is no small accomplishment. This show has grown tremendously, not because of what we've done, it's because of what you've done. You have emailed, you have posted on social media, you have reached out to us, you have supported the Name That Movie Cult Classic competition, you have told a friend again and again, and because of your actions, we can do this tonight. So please give yourselves a round of applause.
And Mo, we cannot forget, we also have Nautica De La Cruz in the house.
Oh, that's Friday Nights with Nautica.
Friday Nights with Nautica in the building. Yes.
Yeah. It is so overwhelming to see all of you. I've heard most of you. Some of you I've even met over the course of years. But then to see you, some of your voices do not match your look, and it's okay. But it's like I'm thinking, like, oh my goodness, that's wrong. I had no idea. And to see you here at iHeartMedia, isn't this a fabulous set out tonight on the layout? We've all got a lot of food. Did everyone get some food? I know I did. I know. I just made sure that I ate it, damn all y'all, but make sure I got some food at least. But we're going to listen to you tonight. We're going to hear from you. We're going to give away some great prizes. Tell them real quickly what we're going to be giving away tonight.
We have passes. Someone who has the best costume on here is going to get a family 4-pack plus pit tickets to Monster Jam.
What?
All right. We have some new Later with Mo Kelly T-shirts, mugs, and keychains. We have tons of shirts, and also the good people at Wendy's who are providing delicious foods back there. They have some SpongeBob SquarePants gear for y'all. So we have lots to give away tonight. There are a bunch of winners going to be in the house tonight. So not only did you win to get here, but you're winning because you're here.
Let's put our hands together for Ron Ross at Wendy's and also Ed Garagos at Wendy's, because without them, this would not have been possible. So we want to thank them first and foremost. This is going to be a fun evening. I can't tell you what's going to happen because a lot of it is going to be dependent on you, your energy, your fun, just hanging out with us. We didn't have any type of script because we don't script this. We just come here to make sure that we entertain you, and also we let everyone know that this is the coolest 3 hours in all talk radio. I don't care what anyone has to say. If they don't know, they're going to know soon, because y'all going to tell somebody. And also want to thank Matt, who's on our social media tonight. Put your hands together for Matt.
Matt in the building.
So as we get going forward, just want to make sure that you stay in a place of having a great amount of fun. We have some guests who will be in the house that we'll introduce you to a little bit later on tonight. So if you've ever listened to Later with Mo Kelly, you're going to be rewarded because all the voices that you've heard are now going to be the people that you get to meet, you get to see, you get to interact with, take photos with. We're all family, so don't think it's on some celebrity stuff or any type of notoriety. We appreciate you, and we are here only to say thank you tonight. So, are we all ready to have some fun? Yeah. I don't think you're ready. Are we all ready just to have a little bit of fun tonight?
Yeah.
And we're also live on Instagram Live at Mr. Mo Kelly, MrMokelly. So if you can't listen right now, you can always see what you're missing at home. Too bad for them. They should have been here. We're going to go to a quick break, and then we're going to get this party really started. It's Later with Mo Kelly.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640. It's Later with Mo Kelly. We are live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. And I tell you, to see all your faces, oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I know that you had to brave hell and high water to get here because it took me a good 2 hours. For some reason, the traffic was worse than usual. It took me a long time to get here. And I'm thinking, like, is it just because of me? I mean, what is all this going on? And when I hit, let me just tell you my route. I go to the 110 North. You know how it is in L.A. I go to the 110, then I go to the 5, then I go to the 134. And for some reason, it took me 2 hours to go 22 miles. 2 hours, 22 miles. And I said, I've got to get there because I have to see all of you. So I know if it was difficult for me, it had to have been difficult for you. Did anyone have to take a really circuitous route to get here? I know we have someone from Lancaster. Who is from Lancaster? How long did it take you? Wait. It took you an hour to get there here from Lancaster, and it took me 2 hours to get here from, like, Inglewood area. What is going on? Sandy, where did you come from?
I came from El Segundo, and I took all the back streets everywhere to go.
Sandy, you took surface streets and you got here? Okay, I need to just get off the freeways altogether. And I was on the phone with Tuala, and I know Tuala was struggling. How long did it take you?
It took me at least an hour to get here, but that's the 118 to the 5.
Ooh.
For some reason, there was this short little blockade, and it just stopped me. And I said to myself, I need to get here. And I was trying to speed to get here because I needed to meet, Ron and Ed and help get the food up. And I was like, oh, my God, it's going to be late. They're going to be standing outside. The food's going to go cold. So I was really, really rushing. So I'm glad I did not get pulled over. Thank you to the California Highway Patrol for ignoring the speeding Bronco going on down the freeway.
They didn't think you were like O.J. Spirit or anything.
You saw what I did there.
He walked
saw
right
what I did there. We don't have the rim shots up here.
No,
I should have got
we
one.
don't.
Man.
It is really funny. The fun that we have on air, to take you behind the scenes, is the fun that we have every single night. None of it is forced. None of it is fake. And one of my brothers, and I mean this with all my heart, one of my brothers is Mark Ronner, because he is someone who kind of just jumped in, and he had the sense of humor which just meshed with ours. He saw the world as we did. Not that we agreed on everything, but we just had this cynicism and sarcasm that really worked well together. And to get him out is more than a small accomplishment because he goes nowhere. Nowhere. And it's only because of you that he is here tonight.
This is no joke. We were literally all week twisting his arm, going back and forth. Maybe I can be in the room next to you all and kind of peek my head in. He was going to be right over there at that door, just kind of open the door and just say, hey, everyone, and just stay out there. We said, no, Mark, you got to be in. You can come in full costume, head to toe. Cover your face if you want to. It's Halloween. And so, wait, what are you, though, Mark? Are you Little Red Riding Hood? Wait, what's happening?
Can you hear me okay with the mask?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a little weird, but okay.
It is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
So I thought I wanted something fun and uplifting, and it took me a while to think of this, but what do kids find more fun and uplifting than Edgar Allan Poe's Mask of the Red Death? It's a great kid story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Mark
All
Runner.
of us with children,
true
that's
Mark
what
Runner.
we read to our children.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. All I can think of is like The Raven and Nevermore. That's about it.
Kids love Poe. Can't get enough Poe.
Can't get enough poke? Wait, what?
Poe, EAP,
Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Poe, oh.
So you'll be shocked to know that the Red Death didn't have to give anybody the finger on the way into work today.
Oh, wow.
And we're off.
That is miraculous.
I know.
And that also is a true story. We try to admonish him each and every night. Please don't give anyone the bird or the double bird because we want you to make it to the show safely. And how will we be able to do the show if you get shot somewhere on the way on the way in?
No one would dare.
See what I have to deal with every single night? Every single night, this pushback, this resistance where he just can't get along with the rest of us. But we had to go through hell and high water to get him here tonight because he's not that he's antisocial. It's just that he's not someone that we can really get outside all that often. So this is a very, very special occasion. And you may not know that Mark is so very talented. He is an accomplished writer. He is a former CIA or something like that.
Okay, here we go.
He is a jiu-jitsu master.
Here we go.
He can fix nuclear bombs.
Weren't you studying for your doctorate?
It doesn't matter. Does it matter?
Yes, it does. You have this great life story that you never want to tell anybody.
Well, you don't want to reveal everything all at once. It's important for you to know that I wanted to be here to show my enormous personal respect to you, Mo Kelly.
We all know that ain't true. Don't fall for it.
Don't try to front for the audience.
Yes.
Okay, don't put on fronts for the audience. We know.
I think my respect for you is palpable, isn't it?
Let me just be serious for a moment. Mark Runner is so very talented. He is a man of many talents. He can do many things. He is very well read. He's very
well-read, yes. Wed.
Well educated. Now he'll never get married, but he is someone who
live from Utah. Please proceed, sir.
See what I'm dealing with? But he is someone who is so very quick. There's so many jokes that we can never tell you, and you'll be privy to all of them tonight because the conversations we have off air rarely can get on air because we have this thing called like the FCC and there are laws and there are limitations and there are fines and there's only so much profanity that we can use. But off air, Mark is a whole different guy. How many think that Mark is lovable? He's not. Let me disabuse you of that notion right now. He is one of our best friends, and he's someone, honestly, this show would not be what it is, and what it is may mean different things to different people, but it would not be what it is without him. There is this sense of timing. There's this sense of brotherhood and friendship when we go back and forth trying to get the rim shot. And anyone who's listened to the show knows that we are always in competition for the rim shot. The competition is real because we're always trying to outwit and outthink each other. And Mark damn sure makes it hard because he has all these literary references and these television references and cinematic references. And it's like, gosh, I mean, how do you keep all that stuff up in their head and be able to and have it available on command?
Well, I feel like partially I'm autistic, but also the rim shot thing is rigged. Stefan clearly is on Team Mo, and I find that unacceptable.
Well, it's later with Mo Kelly. It's not earlier with Mark Runner. I mean, if the show was named after you, then you'd probably get a little bit more love, but it isn't.
You might as well just operate the rim shot thing yourself.
Well, but look, life is not fair. Not all things are going to go your way in life. Okay?
No, clearly.
I was born with a little more funny than you. That's just how it turned out. Okay,
and charisma and good looks. What else you got?
See, you're being sarcastic, but I'm being serious.
Never.
I am funnier than you.
I would never be sarcastic with you because I respect you too much.
And we all know that is not true at all. But we're here on Halloween, and the purpose of coming here on Halloween is to talk about and remember all the things which made Halloween so special for us. I remember growing up, and Halloween was the day. I was never big on candy, but I loved the process of trick-or-treating, which seems to be gone now. I love the process of going out with my friends to random neighborhoods and just seeing how much candy I could get. It wasn't even about eating it. It was about if I could outdo my friends and just get more candy. I can get more type of attention and favors. And I don't know if kids today have that same type of affinity. I don't know if they'll develop those same types of memories where they can say, yes, I remember going trick-or-treating with my friends. What is trick-or-treating now? Do they still do that?
Yeah.
They do?
My daughter just outgrew trick-or-treating at 14. 13, she was all about trick-or-treating. That was her thing. But now 14 is, no, Daddy, we don't trick-or-treat anymore. Now we go to parties. So now, she's been fighting to go to this Halloween party.
What type of party?
It's a costume party.
I never was allowed to go to a Halloween party at night as a kid.
Well, this ain't like a rave, man. She's 14. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of kids going around hanging out, being awkward. Girls on one side, the dudes on the other side.
Last I checked, kids can get into a lot of trouble with not a lot of effort.
That is true, because when I was 13, Lord have mercy. But she also knows the consequences of getting into any shenanigans. So we trust her because she knows who her daddy is. She knows that I'm not really with the shenanigans. So yeah, kids up to 13, they'll trick or treat. That's what they do.
Do they go in the neighborhood, or do they go to a trick-or-treating preordained spot or something?
There's hot spots. Oh, the hot spots. Places that give you the big chocolate bars, not the little, here's 3 or 4 tweaks. No, the big stuff. And so, we would go to the valley, way deep in the valley where they got the good stuff. You have to scope it out. Parents, we know, right? We know where the good neighborhoods are. Where
the heads are nodding, so you must be right.
They're going to get filled up. And what me and my co-parent do is we buy all the candy because there's no way we're letting the kids eat any of this stuff when they bring it home. No, I don't trust anyone. They're dipping it in, drugs and still putting razors and apples. I believe that, right? So no, we say, hey, you got a nice giant chocolate bar? Well, that's $1. And then it goes down from there. So they get my kids walk away about $50, $60 after Halloween. Just us buying candy back.
Oh, you like getting guns off the streets and everything.
Yes.
It's a buyback program.
You see what we're doing? I encourage every parent to do that. The drugs are real out there on the streets. You don't want your kid getting all hoppy and tweaky out there on a chocolate bar. No.
That took a dark turn.
I'm just saying, look, that's what you want.
When we come back, we're going to meet Ron Ross of Wendy's, who's responsible for this wonderful spread. So put your hands together. It is Later with Mo Kelly. It's the annual Halloween special on KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere, the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640 is Later with Mo Kelly. Halloween on KFI AM 640, where we're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app as we continue our Halloween soiree. And joining me right now of Wendy's is Ron Ross, who has been so kind and so generous with this spread that you brought for us tonight. So first, let me put my hands together for you, Ron, for making this happen. You've gone over and above. We explained what we wanted to do, what we hoped to do, and you said, no, I got something better. I got this great idea. So what made you want to be a part of this event?
Well, your guy had me, and he had my arm around my back, and he kept squeezing and squeezing. I said, no, all right, I'll do it. No, we enjoy our relationship with iHeartRadio. Mm-hmm. We work together on Katrina's Club and raise a decent amount of money, which is a great charity. So you guys do a lot of good things, and we want to be there with you.
When you said, okay, we got to do something special for Later with Mo Kelly, what did you end up doing for those who missed out and could not enjoy all the festivities?
Well, what we wanted to do is actually bring our grills and cook here, mm-hmm. but the building's insurance requirements were just a little steep.
Weren't they so mean? I couldn't believe them.
You got to watch those guys with sharp pencils in their pocket.
And lawyers.
So anyway, we cooked at the local restaurant, and we brought it over. And we brought some good Frosties with us. Did some innovation for you, some different colors that Wendy's doesn't really know about. We won't tell them.
We won't tell him, but no one's listening. It's just you and me.
Exactly.
made you want to get into this business? Was it the customer service aspect, helping people? What about it?
It's funny, 45, 48 years ago, I started with my brother in the pizza business. And I just got hooked on, at that time it was serving pizzas as fast as you could. We had sandwiches, and I fell in love with it. And then it never worked for your brother, by the way. He ended up firing me, so I needed a job. So I went to work for Wendy's because at the time, we went there on Fridays because it's the only time we could afford it. And that was special for us. So I knew it was something I could stand behind the counter and be proud to serve because the food's that good.
How has the industry changed in the intervening 40 or so years? When you started, I'm quite sure it's nothing like what you may look at and see today.
You know, we have money coming in from so many different places. I mean, it's DoorDash, it's Grubhub, it's Uber Eats, the kiosks now in the dining room. I mean, it's changed dramatically. Some ways it's still the same. It's still fresh beef, never frozen, served, square hamburgers because we don't cut corners. And that part's changed.
I caught what you did there. I see what you did there. Did you see what he did there?
But, you know, we sell salads now, which we didn't used to do. When I started, we didn't have potatoes. We have potatoes now. So, it's really, it's a people business, really what you're into, too. Mm-hmm. You know, you're into a people business. That's the same way with us. If we treat them right and we serve them the food we're capable of, they'll come back.
What is it now that's maybe different working inside of a fast food establishment? It seems like I've never worked fast food, and I know that it can be one of the most difficult jobs for anyone to do. Is that still the case?
You know, I think it's a training ground, honestly. I mean, we have a lot of young people come in. They learn how to tell us what they're going to work, to be on time, leave on time, follow certain rules. I mean, you know, it's work. I mean, you know, I don't know that anybody that's gotten ahead that hasn't worked reasonably hard in their life. You know, I mean, most people don't, you know, get to the top without any good reason. So I think it's a good training ground. It gets a lot of, I mean, it's kind of funny because I used to have a license plate that said Burger Flipper, and normally, you know, the people that have no idea, you know, they say, well, you flip burgers, you know, well, that's kind of a joke, you know what I mean? It's a knucklehead job, you know, but I love it. I mean, I really like it, and if you anybody that gets into it and finds out how, you know, Dave Thomas used to say it's a very easy business. You'd spread the mayonnaise, spread the pickles, you know, put the right amount of onions on it, you got a great hamburger. So it's very, the rules are there, you follow them, you can do very well. But it's a great place. And now, I mean, with California, you know, minimum wage, that's $40,000 a year, you know, for somebody that has no skills and comes in off the street. You know, if they stay with us, they make more money. So it's, you know, I get offended. And when COVID came, I don't really like to talk about COVID because it irritates me so much. All of a sudden, I became essential. So I heard it on the radio. I'm driving home, and I told my wife, I said, guess what? I'm essential. I'm a burger flipper, and I'm essential, you know, because we were allowed to stay open. And we did very well.
Speaking of staying open and doing very well, how many restaurants, locations are under your responsibility or ownership?
I own 4 in L.A. County.
Where are they so we can make sure that people can support you?
Well, support any of them, but if you want to go to Southgate, Pico Rivera, Woodland Hills, or Monrovia, that works too.
All right.
You know, because there's 2 other franchisees in the back, and they have another 45.
Oh, wow.
You know, 45 restaurants around the city.
So, what is Ed Garagos like?
He's a knucklehead. I say that because he's not in the room.
Right. But he might hear this. You know.
He's a great guy.
Okay.
We talk quite a bit on the phone. We'll run ideas by each other. I mean, he called me today and he said, Ron, why didn't we do Dodger Blue Frosties for the World Series? And I'm thinking, man, why don't we think of that stuff? But, you know, we get busy, and the marketing people at Wendy's don't think about it because they're in Columbus, Ohio. But that would have been awesome, you know, to serve Dodger Blue Frosties for a week or so.
Well, along those lines, what are you featuring right now at your restaurant and others? What is it that when I go to Wendy's next that I just need to try or sample?
Breakfast, try our breakfast burrito.
Got that right.
It is really good and filling. We're about to come out with a bacon mushroom burger that we trained on today, and it is really good. I'm not a big mushroom fan, but on that hamburger, it really comes out nice with 3 strips of applewood smoked bacon. Oh, yummy. We're going to do a caramel salted frosty coming in. So my special guest.
Hey, put your hands together for Frosty.
I've had it, and it's. I mean, we come up with some pretty good flavors, but this one's really good. It's yummy. So we're coming out with some different stuff. We'll do our spicy chicken's coming out. We've had it for quite a while, but we're finally going to put it back on TV and see if we can sell a few more.
People at home can't see this, but you also came bearing some gifts that we're going to give away to our in-studio audience. Can you help us out with that?
Sure.
Put your hands together for Ron Ross and all the great things he's doing at Wendy's there and also here.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640 is Later with Mo Kelly, the Halloween special. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app, and it's my pleasure to not even introduce, just say hello again to a friend, a colleague, I would say a confidant, a radio professional who's done far more for far longer in this business than I have, the Nautica de la Cruz. Put your hands together for Nautica.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It is so wonderful to see so many beautiful faces here. And thank you to some of you who they were talking about my hidden gems and Discover SoCal. And someone said, I want to be a little bit more like you to discover a little bit more of, Southern California. And I was like, well, that's what divorce does. It makes you go out and explore, right?
Wow, that took a different turn. I wasn't expecting that answer.
Hey, you know what? It's 2024. We got to keep it real nowadays.
I am encouraged and inspired by you because before I even got into radio, I had been listening to you. Just tell people the different radio stations that you've been on just in L.A.
In Los Angeles, I started off very, very young. I always say I started at Power 106 when I was 12. Wink, wink. So I worked at Power 106 for about 3 years, and then I went to 100.3 The Beat. But it was 92.3 The Beat, and then about 9 months later, it became 100.3 The Beat. It was sold. I was there for about 7 years.
You were part of Harvey's Angels, working with Steve Harvey.
Yes, I was one of Steve Harvey's Angels. It was Steve Harvey and the Angels. So it was Shirley Strawberry, Dominique DePrima, and myself.
So you were at the very beginning of Steve Harvey before he became the Steve Harvey that we all see and know now that he was on Family Feud and everything. Before all of that, he had started in L.A. with just a local radio show that eventually became syndicated.
Yes, I'll actually tell you a little secret of a story. So when I was there at The Beat, I used to work with Ed Lover and Dr. Dre. If anybody remembers Yo MTV Raps. The funny thing was I used to watch them when I would come home from school, and I'd be like, oh, that's my show. I lived in New York at that time. And then it was one of my dreams. I got to work with them. So they were, they were given their exit papers. And then Radio 1, Miss Hughes was interested in Steve Harvey. And so I became his co-host for maybe about less than a year. But it wasn't that he didn't like me. I was young. So he wanted someone that was more not seasoned, but more adult, that kind of understood his his demeanor in a way. So we brought Shirley Strawberry back, and then we got Dominique DePrima to do the news, who's wonderful. And then about a year later, I became his producer. So I put on the producer hat for Steve Harvey, and that was a struggle. But let me tell you, my paycheck was nice at the end of it because I love Steve Harvey. We've been friends for 20 plus years, but it's when he's on, and when he's off, he's off. But it was an experience.
I want you to tell that story because, one, you never know where life in this business will take us individually and collectively. And also, you never know who's listening. And when I have you on Friday nights and you talk about where you're venturing around SoCal or the hidden gems, I hear from people, you hear from people, and it's always a positive and constant reminder. You never know who is listening. You never know who you might be touching, who you might be reaching. How has your experience been? Has it been similar to that?
It's been wonderful. I get messages, whether it's on Instagram or LinkedIn, and it's nice to say, hey, I donated to this organization that you mentioned last week or prior, and then you always put the show on the podcast too, so it's nice to get that feedback from people to go, hey, I donated to this organization, or I went to where you said, the Japanese garden, or somewhere in Santa Barbara. Had never been to the Santa Barbara Zoo. Some people didn't even know there was a zoo in Santa Barbara. So,
I didn't know.
And you too. Even when I've been with you, you're like, I didn't even know that was there.
Yeah.
So, that's the best thing about having a little bit of freedom, wink, wink, is that you get to just get up and explore the world. And that's what we're here for, is to explore. I understand that we need to work and make a living, but there's so much more to life.
When all is said and done, you've been in this business far longer than I have.
Yes.
You started, like you said, when you were 12. What do you want them to say about your time in this business?
I just want them to say that Nautica always did her job diligently, with a smile, with passion, and that's kind of, I didn't get into radio because I never thought I had a good voice, but I will tell you this: television was my first love. And so when I did an internship at K-Ron in San Francisco, I was the coffee girl, and I was like, oh, hells no, I am way more than a coffee girl. And then I thought, well, wait a minute, if I can't do television, I could do radio. It's just a difference. I speak into a microphone regardless. I just don't have a tube in front of me. So I just want them to remember me as, she was the funny girl who was also like you, born with some humor.
Right.
And some sass.
I don't have any sass, right?
But I made them just feel loved every single day when they heard me on the radio.
What's next for you?
Well, cross my fingers, maybe something more permanent at iHeartRadio, and then some more television.
That's why I'm putting that out there intentionally.
Yes,
We're going to speak that into existence.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I don't know if you're ready for my sass, but but if Mo could take it, you could take it too, right?
Now, are you at the point where you consider yourself an actual Angelino? How long have you been out here in Los Angeles altogether?
You just like to test me,
I
don't
sure
you?
do, yes.
I was just talking to homeboy over there with the LA Dodger hat. Ooh, you like to test me. Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm going to put this on the table for everybody who's here. I'm a girl from Brooklyn, New York. My heart is in New York. But my home is Los Angeles, and it's been my home for almost 30 years. So I love LA. LA's been good to me. Yeah, West Coast is the best coast. All right. High five on you, my brother. High five. I agree. I do love Los Angeles, and it's really beautiful. Sometimes people go, would you go back? Oh, heck no. You would have to pay me, 6 digits, high 6 digits in order to be there for winter.
Ooh, yeah.
Winter is too long, and summer is, 10 seconds. Spring is 6 seconds, and summer is 2 seconds. So I love the weather, and I love the people in Los Angeles, and everybody here is not as running in fast pace as New York is.
Very quickly,
Yes.
whenever I have you come on, I think it's important that people can find you beyond here, and they can listen to you on Frequency. Mm-hmm. Tell us real quick.
Oh, yes. So I have a podcast. I'm in my 3rd year with my co-host, Amy Lopez, and she's a baseball mom. And the podcast is only 20 minutes. It's called The Frequency Podcast, FREQUENSHE, because radio's in frequency, but there's 2 girls, so we're frequencies.
I would say 2 women, but
2 women, yes. So you could catch us on iHeart. You could catch us on Spotify. We're trying to get on iHeart, and you could also catch us on iTunes. And we talk a little bit about everything: relationships, being a mom, current news. It's really funny. You'll see a different side of me, and I may, drop an F-bomb here and there.
Oh, you can cuss with the best of them. Let's be clear.
Yes, I can.
You are a talented cusser.
Well, that's why I do love terrestrial radio, too, because it keeps me grounded and focused.
Put your hands together for Nautica de la Cruz.
Thank you.
We got 1 hour down of the Halloween soiree. More when we come back. It's later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.